Hi guys. It's been a minute, hasn't it? I'm going to do a Valentine's Day makeup look today. And I thought I'd just get ready. It's actually the day before Valentine's Day today, so February 13th. So hopefully I have enough time to get this up. This video is not going to have much editing to it. So hopefully you guys don't mind. Honestly, I don't like overly edited videos. I just like to feel like we're sitting here talking and hanging out. And when you edit so much, it takes that feeling away. So, yeah, I'm just going to do my brows really quick. Hopefully really quick. And we're going to talk. So I can tell you guys what's been up. And I'll do that as soon as I'm done with my brows, because my brows takes some concentration. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm really sorry I've been not doing YouTube for a while. It's just been one of those times of the year that's been tough. I've been slightly unmotivated. My motivation is all going to the other things I have to focus on in life, like school. Oopsies. I put that on the wrong end. I always do that. School and work has been getting the majority of my motivation lately, whatever of it I have. But yeah, the other big thing, not the other big thing, but kind of what has been going on is that, so I think it's 2 weekends ago now, my grandma fell again, and she fractured her pelvis and spent the better part of last week in the hospital. And my mom was with her because most of you know my grandma has dementia, and there's so many things that go along with dementia. Before I dive deep into that conversation, I'm going to tell you what palette I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Huda New Nude palette. I just think this palette screams Valentine's Day look with its, like, you know, mauve-y red tones. So I'm going to kind of go through here, and I'm going to use this shade, and I'm going to use, I think, Daydream. I'll try and tell you what I'm doing as we go, and I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, there we go. I gotta grab my brushes and give them a quick little wash off here. So my grandma gets really anxious. She's very reliant upon my mom. My mom is reliant upon her as well. They, you know, have kind of kept each other company these past few years. I'm going to start with Secret and just work on building that up in the crease. So my grandma, she doesn't like to stay put, so she's not moving around very well, and she because of her dementia, she physically can't move very well. Like her brain has kind of like forgotten how to do those kind of some of those basic motor skills. And so she wants to move around, partly because she's anxious, and then she falls. So it's a really difficult combination. So she has to go to skilled care. Well, she's in the nursing home right now she had to go regardless, basically. But we have kind of, I think, made the decision that it's a permanent placement. Because technically, I guess she could possibly go home. I don't think the nursing home would probably recommend that. Okay, I'm going to go into T's. I'm going to guess. Once her kind of 20 days is up. But yeah, it's really hard. Anybody who's done this knows how hard it is, and I certainly know we are not the only ones who have gone through this. But that's what's going on in our life. It's really hard for my mom. She kind of takes it like that she's wasn't able to take care of her well enough, which is so not true. It's so not true. She just puts a lot of blame and guilt on herself. And it's just, unfortunately, it's just a situation that many people are in. As I have shared more about my family going through this, I've heard from other people that their family is going through something similar. Okay, I'm going to see where we're at here, but I'm going to start applying Daydream just on my index finger. But it's nice, you know, to hear from other people, to know we aren't alone. You know, dementia is not something that gets talked about a ton, and it's a really brutal, really awful disease. It's really hard to watch your loved ones go through it. I think I want to deepen up my crease a little bit, so I'm going to try some of this raw just on a more defined brush. So anyway, she's in the nursing home. She has a great room, like a room all to herself. It has a good view. Another, you know, challenge with a nursing home is it is really dang expensive. And it's really unfortunate that it's that way, that it like essentially costs so much to close out your last years of your life. It's really expensive. It's a big problem that I think our country needs to face. I'm going to take some of Excite now. Excited to apply this. I'm just going to take that on my middle finger and pat it on to my lid. This is a gel-based glitter. Some people will tell you to use a glitter glue. I don't find that necessary with my eyelids, so I don't. But I also do always do my eyes first. I've never had trouble with fall down on this. So Also, the other thing is, as I've shared more about my family on YouTube, I've had several of you tell me that you've gone through similar things with your family members. So thank you for your openness to share that stuff, because it helps me feel less alone. So, yeah. So my grandma has a good room. We've decorated it. Well, not we. I came up with ideas and my mom did the work. So we did these boards. I told my mom that since my grandma has dementia, she doesn't like, I gotta keep moving here on my makeup, but I'm gonna take some of this tease on a pencil brush. She's not a super social woman to begin with. She's kind and she'll talk to you if you talk to her, but she's not a conversation starter. That's for sure. So I told my mom we should create some boards that have pictures of her family and things that she, little, like, I can't think of anything other than cut lines. This is what I put under pictures for the paper. But like little descriptors of like what she has done in her life. Like she was a teacher for many years. I'm going to line my upper lash line with this Fenty liner. She grew up on a farm. She has 2 kids. Just stuff like that. So like when nurses come in, they can kind of get to know her a little bit better, because she will talk. Like she remembers stuff about her childhood. She's really gone kind of back in time, which I think is fairly common with dementia. You tend to become more childlike. So she very much remembers her mom and dad and her siblings. So we created these boards so hopefully people, when they come in, have something to talk with her about. And it looks really cute. My mom got these cork boards and she put pictures and like pink postcards, and it looks really nice. In her room, we've decorated. She's got a wreath, and I have put stuff up on my Instagram. If you are following me there, I share more stuff there. Like more day-to-day stuff, where I try to. So her room has become really homey, and I just love that she has a nice view, big windows and a nice view. So anyway, the other thing that has been just really frustrating, this is the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, has been, okay, so this other thing that's been frustrating is the weather. We've had so many game changes, delays, schedule changes. Can't get into any sort of decent rhythm, and it's really, really starting to wear on me. And I think probably most people. It's just so frustrating. Using the viewfinder there as a mirror. Yeah. It's just been a winter like we haven't had in quite some time. So I've been feeling, I think that's probably the culprit of my lack of motivation, is just not being able to have any sort of real routine. Yeah. I think at this point everybody's ready for spring. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you out. But it looks like in the forecast, instead of getting rid of the snow that we already have, it looks like there's going to be more snow coming up. Which is just like, please, can we have a break? I keep seeing this this like meme on Facebook that says, oh, what does it say? Something about how like it's like winter is just mad, and it keeps walking out of the room and coming back in and going, and another thing, which that is so true. That's such a good description of how this winter has been, because it hasn't been consistent. Like, it's like we got a big snow a couple weeks ago, and then it warmed up to like nearly 50 degrees. And that was lovely, and all the snow melted, and then it got super cold and we got snowed on again. So that's what we're dealing with currently. But yeah, I think that's really funny. And another thing, this is the Laura Mercier bronzer in 02. Trying to think, like, I have just not had, oh, I know what I could talk to you about. Who watched the Grammys? Anybody? I'm still using this Jouer blush like every day of my life. I haven't not used it. It's so good. I love it. Love it. Okay. Who watched the Grammys? Because the Grammys were so good. All around, it was a really good show. From like the start, I'm going to put on some lashes. These are the House of Lashes Iconic Lights. I would normally wear my Demi Wispies, but I took them off in the bathroom and I don't want to get up to go get them. I'm just digging for my lash glue. That's not the one. There it is. So I'm going to use these. These are good lashes too. They're just a little bit more dramatic than I like to wear on an everyday basis. But here we go. So, who watched the Grammys? I think I've asked that 3 times now. What was my favorite performances? Brandi Carlile. Oh, God. That was incredible. And to see people in the crowd react the way they did, like, you know, like somebody like Post Malone who was like bopping his head to the music. It was just like, yeah, buddy, this is good stuff. That was a great performance. She just nailed it. Like, it was so good. Dolly was great. The opening was incredible with, who was it all again? Gaga and Jada and J-Lo and Alicia and Michelle Obama. Like, who expected that to happen? Like, the crowd's reaction to Michelle Obama starting to talk about the music she listened to on the South Side. I've listened to Becoming. That's a great book, by the way. Everything they said about music is how I feel about music. It's just so good. I use music to get through things, get through tougher times in life. And yeah, just so much of what they said, I was like, yes, this is why I love music. This is exactly why I love music. And then Lady Gaga's acceptance speech and how she talked about mental health and said that we have to take care of each other. And if you see someone struggling, don't walk away. Like, that was beautiful. Just loved that moment. I enjoyed Shawn Mendes' performance too. I'm a Shawn Mendes fan. So I thought that was good. I even didn't mind Miley Cyrus on that song with him. Although I thought he could have gone and taken the stage all on his own, but it's okay. Like, it's fine that he shared the stage with Miley. Anything else about the Grammys that I was like, yeah, that was good? Oh, yeah, Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys hosting was fantastic. I feel like she should host every Grammys from now until the end of time. She was so, like, just like, at least it looked like she was so chill and just like confident, and I loved it. It was so good. So, so good. She was a great host, and I'm pretty sure she performed too, although I think I might have accidentally gone past that moment as I was trying to like catch up, because we had gone out to dinner, and when we got home, the Grammys had already started. On our way home, though, this is another thing I could talk to you about. The Hawkeyes, the men's basketball team, was playing. Who are they playing? I can't remember right now. But they were down by 15 points at, like, I think with like 4 minutes left to go, they were down by 15, and they came back and they won it off of a buzzer beater by Jordan Bohannon. He hit a 3. And we were listening on the radio on the drive home from dinner, and it was just so good. It was so good to hear. Like, it was really exciting. And of course then, like, all the social medias were flipping out because I follow all the Hawkeye stuff. So that was fun to see. It was fun to see the playback of that shot. I'm using Pink Heart from Anastasia's Moonchild Glow Kit as my highlighter. I'm going to line my lips with something here. I think this is Whirl. Yep. Whirl. Oops, I'm getting careless here. And then I'm going to use my gloss in Fenty Glow. I think I might go back to the palette for a minute here and just kind of deepen up my lower lash line a scotch. And I'm just going to go back into Secret and just kind of take that a little bit higher. Sometimes I do this when I feel like you can't see enough peeking up through over the lashes and whatnot. But I love this glitter. Is so good. I really love it a lot. Okay, I'm gonna spray my face. Just going to give it one last little look to see what I think. And my face is still really wet. That's probably because I just sprayed it with facial spray. Okay. Oops, I just hit myself in the face. Oh, I'm ridiculous. This concealer is a little creasy. Definitely going to go back to my MAC Cosmetics concealer in MAC Pro Longwear. That is just like my tried and true. I tried something different and it's fairly hydrating. But it's just a little creasy and I just don't love that. So, yeah. But okay guys, I think this is it. This is my finished Valentine's Day look. I know my hair is a little, like, I need to brush it out, but this is what we're going with here. So I hope you enjoyed listening to me chat and listen and watch me put on my makeup, and I will see you soon, guys. Bye.